Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Hope you all are doing well and possibly enjoying your holiday festivities with your families. Welcome to the show for those who are here live, and if you're watching on demand, well, welcome. It's time for a very chill day. Unlike yesterday, where we had a big agenda of games we had to play and schedules we had to do, today it's all about relaxing together. Holiday vibes and cheer, indie games, and good stuff. We're also going to be talking about how yesterday's marathon went and playing with a new piece of tech that once again has arrived. As you can see, a new thing that I should be able to implement pretty well if it works. I guess we're going to find out today. So, all this and more on today's festive holiday episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
All right. Good morning, everyone, and Merry Christmas Eve. Indeed, today is Tuesday, the 24th of December, 2024. This will be my final stream before I take some time off to celebrate the holiday with my family. And I wish you and yours a very festive season and hopefully a great Christmas day. So, welcome, everyone. For those who are actually here, I appreciate it. I don't know how many people will actually show up today, since many people are busy celebrating the holiday themselves, and I totally get that. If you're out and about today, running around, last-minute shopping, cooking, maybe picking up family members, traveling yourself, whatever it is you're doing, I wish you the best. Hopefully, you have a safe and fun time, and I'll still be here later in the week after the holiday ends. But in the meantime, I am here for one stream today on Christmas Eve. Unfortunately, the reason being, my wife had to work. Working retail this time of year is not very good. Let me tell you, it is too busy. People, I hate to say it, are big Grinches and Scrooges and do not understand the holiday season. They'll basically treat you like dirt. It's like, wait, isn't this supposed to be the nicest time of the year when we're all being good to each other? Like, why are we all being grumpy? So, luckily, after today, she has tonight off, she has tomorrow off, she has Thursday off, so she has several days off to kind of have a good time with me and enjoy the holiday. It just sucks that she had to go to work this morning. So for all of you out there that are working today, tomorrow, because a lot of people have to work Christmas, if you can believe it, depending on their occupation. Did you know that the movie theater industry, that tomorrow is their biggest day of the year? Christmas Day. How about you stay closed on Christmas Day? Right? Like, what the heck? That's pretty ridiculous in my opinion. But anyway, Merry Christmas to all. As you can see, Jasper Kitty is in a festive mood. He is all over me today. He's been all over me all morning. He's just been a very active kitty today. Maybe he knows that it's Christmas Eve and he's excited. It could be, right? So how is everyone? Jesse, how are you? Jesse in the chat says, hello, hope you and your wife have a very nice and safe Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and keep up the good work and stay safe. Thank you, Jesse. And all of you. Goes for everyone else out there, too. Please be safe. Please have a good time. Please be responsible. Don't go crazy. So, when I move the mic arm all the time, it's distracting. Who's moving the mic arm? Literally, I just got this. So shall we? Shall we get to it? My new piece of equipment that we're going to start to use. So, I got, as you can see, well, you can kind of see, a new boom mic arm. What is a boom mic arm? It is basically an adjustable, movable arm that allows you to move your microphone around for different positions. So, for example, I'm doing the podcast right now, so the microphone is right there. And if you guys are like, oh, it's cutting out or whatever, I could go, oh, okay. And I can actually maneuver the mic closer to me, so now it sounds better for the podcast, you see? But then when I go to do gaming, oh, I'm going to do some gaming now. I can actually adjust it and turn it over here. So since I'm facing the TV, I can have the microphone at a better angle so that it picks up my voice better while I'm playing the game. Now, of course, ultimately, the question is, how is this going to work with something like the background effect? Oh, no, half of my kitty has disappeared. All I have is a butt of a kitty here. Where's the rest? Jasper, where's the rest of you? You have to rematerialize on camera. Come back over here. Come back over here. There's the kitty. So I don't know how the AI effects will work. Right now my microphone, see? So it seems like the AI effects kind of like cut out where the microphone is. So I guess we'll have to see how they work, you know? And it'll be adjustable. That's the good thing about a boom mic arm, is that it's fully adjustable. I can make it higher, lower on the fly because it's fully maneuverable. So we can play with it until we get it to be like a good situation. Can I sing any songs by the Police? Name one. Name a song you want to hear, and I'll croon into the mic, because that's what boom mic arms are for. No, it's funny because, you know, just a couple weeks ago, well, maybe like a month ago, I don't even know. Time flies now, right? I was on this show criticizing Review Tech USA for having a boom mic arm. Now, the reason I criticize Review Tech is very simple. Review Tech doesn't need a boom mic arm. He literally sits in one place the entire show, watching other people's clips and reacting to them. That's all he does. He literally has no reason to ever move his microphone, okay? Oh, by the way, I have to change the leaderboard. Jasper, you have to go down to the floor now so I can do the leaderboard, okay? Like, he literally doesn't even do anything with it. There's no reason for him to have it. I literally need it. I needed it for 10 years and never had it. I'm moving back and forth here. I'm playing games. I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing different kinds of content. For me, the boom mic is perfect. It's like exactly what you would want. For him, I mean, he could sit there with his mic up his ass and it wouldn't matter. It would sound exactly the same. So, anyway, that's why I need. So let's see. So right now, as you can see, it's in the shot because of the way that it hangs in. It's maneuverable though. Like I could actually have it just go back. See that? And now it's a little better. I could actually have it go up even further back. So now it's out of the shot. But as you can see, now the microphone's further away. And it probably sounds a little different, doesn't it? So I have the ability to adjust at any time. But it's going to change the audio quality as well. Now, of course, there's filters that I can use. There's different levels of audio filters that I can use that would make it sound better or worse, right? So depending on, you know, what we're doing here, we're going to probably be adjusting it for a while. We're going to get it down to a science. What I think I'm going to do is during the podcast and or me talking to you guys for videos, the microphone will be in one position. But then when I go to game, I'm turning over here. So if I'm about to game, I'll do this. And now the microphone is literally right here as I game, which means you guys should be able to hear me pretty well, right? Like it's probably sounding a lot better now that I moved it over here. So here we are. This would be my gaming position as I'm about to game. See? Now how does this look like this? Pretty good, right? So, nice, right? No change, it sounds the same. That's good. That's a good thing. That's an actual good thing if it sounds the same, because that's what you want. You don't want the mic to be stuck in one spot, and then when you move to do gaming, now you can't hear me. So that's perfect. So there you go. You're right. I look like a keyboard player. Like I'm going to start playing the piano. I'll tickle the ivories like Elton John here. All right, so that's good. This is all good stuff. Move it back a little bit here. All right. So we'll be messing with it. You know, we'll be maneuvering it and trying to get it perfect. The only thing I'm concerned about, okay, every single boom mic arm has to attach to your desk. Well, guess what? My laptop desk, in all their wisdom, when they made this thing over a decade ago when I bought it, has a curved edge because they want it to look stylish, so it's curved. So because it's curved, the clamp doesn't perfectly adjust on it. Like I got it on there real tight, but it might loosen over time. And so it might fall, in which case I'm going to have to readjust it. And there's nothing I can do about it. Like every boom mic is like that. They all say, oh, it works best on a desk that, you know, is like a square end. And I don't have a square end. This new desk is a square end, but this one is the one that I'm moving all over the place. So I don't want to have my boom mic rolling all over the place with the desk. I want it, you know, in a stationary position. So there you go. So, good stuff. Anyway, happy holidays, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. And I am sure many of you are going to be very busy today and tomorrow. Me as well. After this stream, I'm gonna have a nice meal with my wife. Every Christmas Eve, we have a tradition. We order Chinese food. I know that sounds weird, but basically, it's a tradition that my family has done for many, many years, based off of a holiday Christmas classic, the movie The Christmas Story, or A Christmas Story. If you remember, in the movie, the family is trying to make Christmas dinner, and they got a big turkey that they're cooking and everything. But then the Bumpus Hounds rush in their house and destroy their Christmas meal, and they're left with nothing. They're like, what do we do? Well, what's open during Christmas? Chinese food, because the Chinese don't celebrate the Christmas holiday, so they go to a Chinese restaurant, right? So basically, when I was growing up, my family always went over either my great aunt's house, who she was kind of like my grandmother, or we went over my godparents' house, okay? And we always had Christmas or Christmas Eve there. But after a while, there was some weird falling out in my family. And honestly, I don't even know what caused it. I wasn't involved in it. You know, I was like a teenager, so I don't know what's going on. I'm busy with my own life and stuff. So, in this regard, we needed something else to do. We weren't going to the family's house for Christmas anymore because no one wanted to talk to each other for whatever reason. So that's when on Christmas Eve, we started going out and eating Chinese food every single Christmas Eve. And we did this for many, many years. In fact, it was quite funny, the story. I've told this story many times before, but many of you probably have never heard it. Many, many years ago, when I first started to become a YouTuber, this was the year 2010, I had lost my office job. I was laid off. And I was making a big gamble trying to turn my hobby of being a YouTuber doing gaming videos and turning it into a job. And I tried doing it for about a month or 2 months, and it was completely uncertain if it was going to work, how much money I was going to make, and all of that. And I went on Christmas Eve, went and had Chinese food with my family, and I opened the fortune cookie. Now, here I am in the midst of like a crisis of my life. I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to be able to make ends meet? Am I going to lose my house? Am I going to lose everything because I got laid off? And I opened the fortune cookie, and I swear to you, the fortune said, you will not have to worry about money moving forward. And I was like, what? Like, what are the chances that you would get that as a fortune in a fortune cookie? Like, fortune cookies usually are the most generic, safe stuff. Like, really safe stuff. Like, you know, good things come to those who wait, or something generic like that that doesn't mean anything. This one was so specific to me and what was going on with me at this time. And I was like, what? And then it was funny because within a couple of months, I'd become a full-time YouTuber. I was doing this for a living. I was living the dream. And, you know, I was so grateful. So that was crazy. Now, of course, things have not always been great. There's been ups and downs. I went through bankruptcy and stuff too. But, you know, now I'm in a position where everything's great and things are looking up. I got major upgrades. Everything is looking good. And thank you all for the amazing year. But yeah, so Chinese food tonight, when my wife gets home from work, we're going to order some Chinese food for our traditional Christmas Eve dinner. And then all night, all we're going to do is relax. We're going to probably watch Christmas specials, maybe have a few drinks, have a good relaxing time together. Tomorrow, we got a big day planned. We're going to make a breakfast together. That's going to include eggs and waffles and bacon and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to be eating baked goods, and we're going to be relaxing and having a big dinner with a spiral ham, all kinds of stuff going on for our Christmas. Baptiste said, I wish you had gotten a fortune cookie that said, don't collab with Stuttering Craig. That would have been a good one. That would have certainly been pretty prophetic. Although it's funny because at the time, that was before I had actually attended Screw Attack Gaming Convention in 2013, 2012. It was either 2012, 2013. And that collab worked fine. He had me as a guest, and I had a vendor table. And I was part of the Iron Man of Gaming, event, and did really good in it. I was in the top, the finalists of that and everything. So, there you go. All right, so, there you have it. What I'd like to do is talk about yesterday, because yesterday, a lot came out of yesterday, if you're not aware. Quite a few interesting things happened during the Christmas marathon that I'd like to talk about. Notably, a playthrough or two that's probably going to come out of it, and a changing of probably our goals, which is good. It's actually good to have the goals be adjusted and be better than for us working towards a goal just for it to be disappointing. I'm actually very happy that yesterday went the way it did. Okay, and we'll talk about that on the show today. Yeah, so now, we kind of know what the gaming landscape looks like for the next few months, and I'll be honest, it ain't great. We'll look at it today on the show together, but, we went through the entire game release schedule for 2025, and it's like bare bones right now. Like, there's like almost no games. Like, what the heck? Now, I think what's going to happen is over the next couple of months, you're going to start to see game releases, get solid release dates, because right now a lot of games are coming out next year, but we don't know when. So I think that will change. Well, I guess we'll see. All right, but we're going to talk all about this today. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be great. Okay. Oh, actually, we start off today with a contribution. I haven't even mentioned anything yet. It looks like first contribution is coming, a $2 tip. It's from Jamal. He says, when will we see a Phil Burnell Jr.? I'm drinking again today. Let's LFG. I'm not drinking today. Yesterday, oh, man. Let me tell you guys something. All the liquor's out of here. I got it out of here last night. Yesterday, I drank a lot, man. So I had a little bit of the alcoholic whipped cream. I had a little bit of the Yule Nog. But I had like 8+ shots of that crazy strong 58% alcoholic volume single malt Scotch whiskey. It was an interesting thing. Let's put it that way. There were some points in the day I was really buzzed and starting to slur my words and stuff, and then it would calm down, and then you guys would make me take more shots, and I was like, oh. I did get through it, but let me tell you, I uploaded everything, okay? I set up everything for today. I went downstairs. I hung out with my wife for about like an hour, and then we were getting tired, okay? I hit the sack. I was out like a light. I was out like, boom, just completely out. So, and I was unconscious all night. Like, it's not even like I woke up. I just, boom, dead tired, fell asleep, woke up this morning. Jasper woke me up. So, it sucked the energy out of me for sure. Number one, doing the marathon itself is grueling. When you're streaming that long straight without really a break. I didn't take a break. I was streaming from 11 till, 9? Nonstop. So, yeah, that's very tiring. And then having all that liquor and everything during it and talking, my voice was shot by the end of the marathon. It really was. So it was just exactly the right length of time. But it went well. Good attendance, amazing support. I mean, holy crap. Let's get Jamal on the leaderboard before I forget. Jamal, thank you for your first contribution of the day. A $2 tip. Well, here we go. So, today, it's just one stream. It's going to be a couple indie games. We're going to play some Balatro, and we're going to play some the coin game. So it's just very relaxed atmosphere today. No pressure whatsoever. Not a very busy day. I certainly suspect that today I will not have a lot of viewers. I bet we're going to have very low viewership because it's a holiday, and more than likely, so many people are going to be busy today. So, hey, if you're here and you can contribute, please do. Thanks in advance to anyone who does. I'm not going to have any pressure today about hitting goals. It's going to be great if we do hit a goal today, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we got to hit the goals and we got to get this and that. Yesterday was amazing. So for the record, by the way, hello, a lot of people are showing up. Hold on here. Jade, how are you? He said, I'm not going to stay. I'm going to my dad's house for Christmas Eve. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, Jade, and thanks for hanging out some of the day yesterday as well. Captain DCW, how are you? He says, you have me for the whole time. I have Christmas Eve off today. Oh, awesome. You finally got a nice day off. That's good to hear. So, welcome, and happy holidays to you. Hopefully you're having a good time. So let's do it. Let's talk about yesterday. Okay, let's talk about how it went. So, oh, really? Alex, I just got home from my family. Oh, yeah? Well, welcome. Yak Almighty, happy holidays to you. How's everyone? So yesterday, crazy marathon, went really well. First of all, $800 raised, 5 goals hit in one stream. And that's what I mean about this new system. If I was just doing the streak, literally yesterday, only 1 goal would have counted towards the streak. And that would have been it. And everyone would have been like, wow, well, that's it's kind of underwhelming because you had such a good day, right? Since we're not doing this silly streak anymore, Man, does it help. We jump ahead 5 numbers towards a goal. We only need 5 more goals, and we're going to do another DSP Tries It. Now, what should it be? We could still do the chicken nuggets from Taco Bell with other things if that's really what you want, or we can brainstorm something different. Okay, let's think about it. I'm okay with the Taco Bell nuggets, except I just think they're going to be very underwhelming and not very good. You know, I don't know how good of a DSP Tries It the Taco Bell nuggets are going to be. So let's see if we can come up with anything else, you know, any other ideas. But if you want to do them, we'll do them. Chicken nuggets from Taco Bell, and like I said, I'll probably get another thing. We'll split it with something else and have a few other items as well. So we're halfway there. Holy crap, right? In one stream, we get halfway to our next goal. That's what it's all about. Seriously, that's why this new system works much better than the streak system, in my opinion, okay? Captain DCW says his family isn't even doing anything for Christmas. His mom went to a friend's place, and he doesn't want to go, so he's just hanging out at home. Well, there you have it. Will I have any more upgrades for next stream? Probably not. I do have a keyboard wrist rest that's coming. That's supposed to be for the whole keyboard, and that's coming. But outside of that, probably not. I think this is at this point the extent of the upgrades I'm going to do. At some point, I probably will get a new chair. This one is still fine, but at some point, I'll probably get a new chair, maybe a more comfy one. The thing is, whatever chair I get, it's going to change my setup. Like, this chair is a certain height. Any other chair I get is going to be taller because this chair doesn't have height adjustment. So if I have a taller, now I'm not going to fit in the setup. It's going to be different. I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to rush to get a chair or anything. Probably not. This chair is fine. So, okay. Oh, hold on. I received a generous $16 tip. Someone says, Jamal, cut off. Jamal, leftover Jaeger bombs, let's go. Someone wants Jamal to get drunk again. Well, I don't recommend it, Jamal, unless you're in a safe place and you're not going anywhere today. Then go ahead and have fun. Be responsible. But thank you, whoever this is, an anonymous $16 tipper. Let me tell you, it is so nice to just be able to update the leaderboard from this regular sitting position. Remember, every time I update it, I have to go over here. Not anymore. With this new setup, we're good. With this new setup now, everything's a natural spot. Nice and ergonomic. Very good. So thank you guys so much. Okay, so let's talk about yesterday's marathon. So first of all, 5 goals hit. Tremendous amount of support. Thank you all for that. All right. Now, what came out of yesterday's marathon? Well, first off, we played Dino Crisis on the PS5 Pro, and let me tell you something. Finally, after all these years, we have a viable way of playing Dino Crisis. And you might say, what do you mean? Didn't you play it multiple times before? Well, I did. However, when I played it on PS3, emulated PS1 version, okay? First off, the emulated PS1 games on PS3 have input delay. They do, because they're emulated on an HD TV. They're laggy. That's number one. Number two, they don't look so good. The graphics are all pixelated and the emulation isn't great. It's not sharp or anything. Number three, you're confined to playing on a PS3. And guess what? My PS3 has been dead for years. I can't connect to the internet at all with it, so I can't play anything on it. It's pretty much dead in the water. It's like a paperweight, okay? And number four, when you're playing the original game of Dino Crisis on PS3, you're doing that exactly. You're playing the original, meaning you have to wait till you find a save point to save the game and stuff. And back then, survival horror games were very annoying with this distinct places you could save and the like. With this new version, you can actually save whenever you want. Not only that, it has these save states, but also it has rewind capability. It has all kinds of stuff that you can do. So basically, this version of the game is like the best way to play it in a modern time. And I played it for about, 45 minutes to an hour. And we got through the intro segment again. This is like the third time I've played it and got through the intro segment. But the difference now is I saved and we can resume whenever we want. Okay, so, hey, if you guys in January want Dino Crisis, I'm totally down for that. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't do it. It sounds like a plan to me. So if that's what you guys want, I'm totally down. And I think we should talk about it seriously. because that was one of the things that came out of the marathon was, hey, Dino Crisis works, and it works really well. It actually has upscaled graphics, too. The graphics are upscaled and running well, and it looks crisp on PS5 Pro. So I'm down for it. I think it would look good, play good. You know, it would probably be an epic playthrough. I've never played the game before past the intro, so I have no clue what to expect. A lot of people seem to be interested in it, so we'll probably think about doing it in January. So that's number one. Number two, Power Wash Simulator. Now, I only played it, again, for like 45 minutes, and I had a good time with it. We were doing Santa's workshop, and we were cleaning, and it basically worked exactly as I had expected. This is not a game that's attention demanding. This is not a game that needs a lot of skill. In fact, it's the opposite. It's basically a time waster game that's very relaxing. So, if we're looking for a new chill game in the rotation, I think this game is a shoo-in. It plays fine on, you know, on PC. It works well. I played it on my gamepad, and it was controlling fine. People were explaining the controls, and I was actually really enjoying it. And so you want to have a nice, chill, interactive night? We do a Power Wash Simulator night. For 2 hours, I jump into one of these levels, and I clean it up while I just talk and hang out with you guys and have fun conversation. I think that would work very well, similar to how when we do Microsoft Flight Simulator or stuff like that, okay? Cool. So that's two things that came out of the marathon. The third thing that came out of the marathon is we went through the gaming schedule and realized there's really nothing coming out. Seriously. Do you want to see what I'm talking about? Let me show you. This is the gaming schedule that we determined as of yesterday during the event. Take a look at this bare bones gaming schedule. Dynasty Warriors Origins on January 17th. And the only reason I'm even interested in that is because I wanted to see how Dynasty Warriors will run on my gaming PC. Keep in mind that every Dynasty Warriors game I've played up to now was console. And, you know, console always had big limitations with frame rate and issues with performance. So I was curious, how would it run on PC? Okay. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, which from what I'm going to understand is literally just yet another redo of Virtua Fighter 5. It's like the 10th one that they've done. So I don't know if I'm going to play that or not. Sniper Elite Resistance, again, not that this is going to be something amazing, but the fact that, you know, we're looking for new games and there's nothing, this is one of the few, maybe we would do it. I don't know. So what I put on there is, hey, since there's like nothing in January, at some point in January, we're going to hit the 50 goal event. It's going to happen. So when we do, we got to figure out what we want to do. So what I would propose, okay, for the 50 goal event, let's do a themed marathon, okay? Let's come up with an idea, whether it's the Rage-a-thon, whether it's the Indies marathon, whether it's a certain game and you have me just play it all day. Let's start brainstorming for a themed marathon for when I hit 50 goals hit, and then we'll have a big celebration, okay? I think that would be pretty cool. Also, Dark Souls on PC. We were talking about this, that since, again, there's almost no games in January, probably what we should do is do some playthroughs of classic Dark Souls games, only now on PC with huge improvements, right? With graphics updated, with performance patches, mods, and other things installed. I think that would be great. And January would be a great time to do it because we just finished Bloodborne, right? All right, so now heading into February, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on February 4th, which honestly I'm not interested in. I think the first game was a clunky, unfun mess, but maybe the sequel will be better. I don't know. Civilization 7 on February 11th, and the only reason I even threw that one in there is because I've never played a Civ game before, but now I'm a PC gamer. I have keyboard and mouse. I would be able to easily control it. So maybe now is the time to try to get into it and see if I would like it or if you guys would like it. Assassin's Creed Shadows on the 14th. Obviously, if I play that, I'm just going to get Ubisoft Plus, and I probably will do that and give it a shot. Avowed on February 18th, which I really hope is good. You know, it's from the makers of The Outer Worlds and Fallout New Vegas. But now people are starting to say, oh, did you hear that one of the game devs says that they're very woke and they want to piss people off with this game? And I'm like, can we please stop with the politics and culture war bullshit? Can we just have a game that's good because it's a good game instead of having to fight with each other about our political and cultural viewpoints? Can we just enjoy video games? I guess not. I guess that's not allowed. In the modern era, you have to pick a side and either like or hate everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty ridiculous. So, anyway, we'll see. But I'm down for about it's on Game Pass. I'll probably give it a shot regardless, right? King Michael, Merry Christmas to you. Welcome. How are you today? Okay. Let's see. Lost Records is a game coming out February 18th that apparently is from the makers of Life is Strange, but it's a whole new plot line. It's not in the same universe. So that could be interesting. People are saying it's like a mystery game. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is the new Like a Dragon spin-off game that's action-based, starring Goro. And he basically turns into a pirate and beats the crap out of people. So there you go. Let's see. Monster Hunter Wilds. Here's the deal. I really feel like when I skipped Monster Hunter World, I missed out on a great game. But the thing was, I wanted to play it. I played the beta, and everyone told me they hated it. Like, people literally said, wow, you know, this game sucks. It's boring. Stop playing it. And that's why I never bought it, and I never played it. And then over the years, people gave me shit for that. And I'm like, yeah, but I tried. It wasn't like I had an issue with the game. I wanted to try it, but people told me they didn't like my beta gameplay of it. So then I never went and got it. So it's a possibility I will get Monster Hunter Wilds. We'll see. Split Fiction is the new co-op game from the makers of It Takes Two. So I'm talking about possibly doing that. Maybe not. It depends how the year goes. Maybe my wife and I would like to play it. Maybe not. I don't know. Suikoden 1 and 2 Collection on March 6th. I'm super excited, except I just don't know if anyone's going to show up. Suikoden are two awesome RPGs on the PS1 that I played when they were brand new games. I loved them. I played the crap out of them 2-3 times each. I beat them and really enjoyed them. 100% of them got all the characters. There's 108 characters in each, and I did it. So I loved it. And I want to play those games. But, I mean, here's the concern. Every single time that I now try to play any kind of RPG, and particularly JRPGs, they don't work. People don't show up. They don't engage. They don't support. And then they complain. This is exactly what happened with Metaphor. Metaphor, I played 12 hours of the beta, right? Or not the beta, it was the demo, right? And people stopped showing up. And I'm like, what gives? This game is great. I'm actually really loving it. I can tell this is going to be one of the best games of the year. And people would not show up to the streams. And I'm like, well, I can't play a game no one's here for. This is my job as well as my hobby. As much as I would love to just play stuff I like all day, I also got to make a living doing it. So if people aren't going to show up and support, I can't play turn-based RPGs, you know, or JRPGs. So yeah, it makes me concerned that if I play a game like the Suikoden Collection, no one's going to show up. And that sucks because I really want to play it badly. Atomfall, which is apparently Fallout in Britain. Of course, it's not Fallout, but you know what I'm saying. It's the same premise, kind of same game. And Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, which is the new Fatal Fury game coming out in April, which I'm on the fence about. I'm curious to see more about the gameplay mechanics and the like before I make a decision. So, that's it. Like, that's it. That's the whole gaming schedule right now. There's no other set dates for anything. So that is pretty bare bones, right? Which is why I'm saying I definitely think that January could be a month where maybe we do a Dark Souls game, now modded on PC. We maybe do Dino Crisis, and we can get to that 50 goal event, right? We get to the 50 goal event and do a celebration. So that way, you know, we have content. So there you go. I think we're going to be fine. It's just a matter of juggling, you know, new stuff, PC-centric stuff, which I can now play with new releases and finding the right balance, right? That's really going to be where the key is finding the balance between everything to make it work. And I think we will. I think we'll find the balance. Let's see here. The Kurt Russell says, New World is a great MMORPG that is designed to not let people troll you. Oh, well, I don't know anything about it. New World. Okay, so the other thing that we learned is that Indian fusion pizza with a twist is not very good. It was definitely not very good. The American style Hawaiian pizza was pretty crappy. It was greasy and overly cheesy and had almost no good toppings, and the toppings were of low quality. The curry pizza also was not very good. But the tikka masala chicken pizza was okay. The chicken tasted interesting. And it had a burningness to it because it had these green chilies on it. and also it had a curry flavor. So basically that was all right. But like we bought 3 pizzas and only one of the 3 was even decent. And we spent a lot of money, so it was pretty much a big fail ripoff. What can you do, right? So, anyway, so that happened. And then for the finale, all right, the finale of my marathon yesterday went, hopefully, here's the deal. Everyone wanted Stellar Blade. Everyone wanted Stellar Blade for the entire year, and I kept saying, no, 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 right? Then I jokingly said, if we hit 273 goals, meaning a 273 stream streak, I would play Stellar Blade. Well, we got to 90-something, and then the streak ended, okay? So then I said, all right, well, I'll cut you a break. Instead of saying that we have to hit a crazy streak, let's just hit 100 goals, and then I'll play Stellar Blade, right? But then in that time that we were doing that, people still wanted Stellar Blade. And I said, all right, since everyone wants Stellar Blade and everyone nominated it for the Christmas Marathon, I'll play the intro of the game for the Christmas Marathon. Okay? Now, I want to be clear about this. My intention was to dress up as Santa, play Stellar Blade, make some jokes like I do with every game I play. It's not like, oh, I was only picking on Stellar Blade. As you know, I make all kinds of jokes and everything with every single game that I play, right? And then to basically treat it fairly and seriously and give it a shot. And if I ended up liking it, I was going to be honest. And if I ended up not liking it, I was going to be honest. But that was the whole point. Now, originally, I was going to do it first during the marathon, but I was kind of convinced to save it for the end. People were like, oh, it's the big finale. You should do it at the end. And I was like, all right, but I was a little nervous that I was going to end up being tired and drunk by the end of this marathon. And in reality, I think that is part of what happened is I was pretty beat by the end of the marathon and I was starting to lose my energy. Like I didn't even have a coffee during the day like I normally do because I had so much booze in me. You know, I drank so much of that Scotch whiskey that I, probably shouldn't have coffee, So, so it was the end and, it was the end of the marathon. I dressed up like Santa. I played Stellar Blade. At first I was having a great time. Like I'd say the first 20, 30 minutes was fun. And then all of a sudden what happened is the game started to introduce mechanics. The game started to show what it really is. And I got fucking bored. Like seriously bored. Okay, what is Stellar Blade? Here it is. You ready? It's Black Myth Wukong. It's literally the same game. Like it feels like they made the same game twice in 1 year. You have a basic combo that you repeat ad nauseum. You charge up a special attack, which you use, and you have to do timed dodges and parries. Exactly like Black Myth Wukong. It really feels like it's the same game a second time. Okay, now Stellar Blade came out first. Okay, so technically, I guess Stellar Blade beat them to the punch, right? But I didn't play Stellar Blade. But then I was convinced to play Black Myth Wukong. And guess what happened with Black Myth Wukong? I got halfway through it. I got incredibly bored. And I didn't want to play that anymore either. All right? So, what was the best part of Stellar Blade? The graphics. The graphics are great. Huge, huge frame rate. I'm playing on PS5 Pro, which has the Pro mode. So, it's running at 4K, running at 60 frames per second. Okay? Because I was playing at 4K, 60 frames. The game looks gorgeous. But the gameplay elements are fucking boring. Very linear. Go around, explore, do a little bit of generic platforming. Oh no, now you missed your jump. Now you got to redo this segment. Oh, look, push a board to climb up a ladder. Oh, I've never seen this before. Oh, look, enemies. Light, 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 heavy. Light, 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 heavy. Dodge. Light, 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 heavy. Oh, look, your special attack charged up. Use it. Okay. Light, 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 heavy. Oh, you beat him. Oh, okay. And it was hilarious. I got to the first boss, okay? I played for an hour. I got to the first boss. And I beat it. Steamrolled it. One shot. And everyone in the chat's like, how the hell did he do that? I said, because I just fucking played Bloodborne. Bloodborne, a far superior game. Bloodborne, a game that's way more difficult. A game where I just beat Orphan, for God's sakes. And it took me like 25 minutes. There's no way the first boss of this game is going to kill me when I just fucking beat Orphan less than a week ago. All right, so basically, I played through it, and after an hour, I was like, this just isn't good. It's repetitive. It's uninspired. It feels like 20 other games I've already played. Nothing original. Want to know what's original? The graphics look good, and the protagonist is a supermodel Korean girl who was purposely put in the game for sexual attention so that a bunch of dudes would buy the game. Like, literally, that's what the game dev said. The main director of the game outright said, I selected this character as my protagonist to get men to buy the game. He outright admitted it in interviews publicly. That was his intention. And as I said, if the main character of Stellar Blade was not that character, it would never have gotten the coverage it got. It never would have got the widespread liking it got. It's bullshit. You know, it's basically Black Myth Wukong. And I didn't like Black Myth Wukong. You know? Now, Baptiste says, but you enjoyed Nier Automata. All right, it's time to clear the air here because people really have revisionist history in their heads. Okay? Let's talk about Nier Automata. Let's actually talk about it for real. When I first played Nier Automata, I played through the campaign once. When I beat it, I said, it was all right, but nothing special. Literally, that's what I said at the end. I said it was all right, but it's nothing special. And people were trying to convince me to do more runs of the game. And I was like, no, based on that first run, I don't want to play it again. I don't want to waste time playing that game again. It wasn't that good. Okay? Now, what I didn't understand was that when you play Nier Automata over and over, the game completely changes. The second run is a different character. The third run doesn't even feel like the same game. And the fourth and final run is a series of mini games that break the fourth wall and blow your mind with the way they wrote it. So, what's the best part of Nier Automata? Each time you replay it, it changes and becomes better to the point where at the time that you beat the final run, it feels like you played an insanely unique game, the likes of which you'll never experience again. And I will say that. Since I beat Nier Automata's, what was it, fourth run or whatever it is, the final run, I have never once played a game ever like that ever again. That game had some of the most ingenious game design, fourth wall breaking writing, and one of the best plots ever experienced ever in a video game. And I'll stand to it. Now, I played, what was it, Nier Replicant? Nowhere near as good as Nier Automata. It's okay. But Nier Automata is the best. Now, why is Nier Automata the best? Because it's completely unique. On the surface, it's a button mashing combo game with dodges similar to Stellar Blade or similar to Black Myth Wukong. But when you get deeper into the game, it's way more complex than that, and it makes sense. And it's such a cool, unique experience. So unless you're telling me that if I play Stellar Blade and on my second, third, and fourth runs, the game completely changes and is better, then my point stands. It's just a generic fucking game with nothing special to it. You understand? So I'm just trying to be fair here. Nier Automata, in my mind, stands out from the crowd of these kind of games because they did something different. It's even way better than Nier Replicant and the other Nier games. Like, it's really an amazing, unique experience. I'm glad that that's the one that I played first before I played the other Nier games. Because if I'd played the other Niers first and then Automata, I'd have been like, I'm written it off. But instead, you guys eventually convinced me to go back and really enjoy it for what it was, and I really appreciate that. With Stellar Blade, it's just the surface level gameplay. That's it, right? Again, what is Stellar Blade? It's eye candy. It's, ooh, look, pretty graphics. Ooh, look, attractive model that we made as the protagonist with bouncy boobies and butt. That's all it is. There's no substance there. I played it for an hour. I got through the entire first boss. I was bored to tears. I don't want to play it. Okay? So anyway, I hammed it up as Santa, and it was funny again for the whole first half of me playing it. All right? I was having a good time until I realized the game was so boring, and I was like, there's nothing here to even work with. The game is just fucking boring. It's the same shit over and over. You can tell it's going to be the same shit over and over. I just stopped having fun. So basically at the end of that hour, I was like, I'm just exhausted. I want to end this marathon because this is just so fucking boring. And so I did. You know, I did a closing video and all of that. But what's hilarious to me, this is what I love. People now shitting on me saying I didn't give the game a fair shake. So you're deaf and blind is what it is. No, I'm going to repeat myself so everyone can hear me. Are you ready? Okay. It's okay for you to like Stellar Blade. Just like it's okay for me to not like it. But for you to watch me play it for an hour and then completely write off my firsthand experience of the game, saying that I purposefully didn't like it, and you are completely fucking ridiculous. That is so disingenuous. Here's what it is. You love the game, and you're upset that someone else doesn't like it. Well, welcome to real life. In real life, not everyone likes the same shit. Do you get it? Some people like this and dislike that, and that's okay. I had a valid experience with it. I shared that valid experience, and I deserve to be taken seriously. Not, oh, he just went and dressed like Santa, and he was always going to make fun of it. No, well, I make fun of every game I play. Did you notice that? Every single game I play, we laugh together, we have a good time, we joke. But then some games I still like, and some games I don't. In this case, I fucking was bored within an hour. I didn't want to play it ever again because I was so goddamn bored. That's valid. I have the right to say that, and you should respect it. Now, you see, he's just being an asshole. He's not being professional. It was a fucking Christmas marathon. I was dressed up like Santa. I was drinking. I was trying to have fun with a game that I already knew what it was, and then when I played it, it validated all of my concerns about it. It was fucking boring, just like Black Myth Wukong. So I don't like that kind of game. Deal with it, because that's a valid opinion. You can still love it, and that's okay, but you should respect my opinion that I don't like every game. And if you got a problem with that, you're a fucking fanboy. Let me repeat myself, okay? I'm going to say it again. If you have a problem with me not liking Stellar Blade, you are a fanboy of Stellar Blade, and you should wake the fuck up. Not everyone likes everything, and that's okay. My opinion is valid. Just because you like it, stop becoming the Stellar Blade Defense Force. You're not going to get paid for it, and Eve's not going to come to your house and give you a handy because you fucking kissed the game's butt. All right? The game has valid things about it that are good. I don't necessarily like them, but you're never going to sleep with Eve. So there's no point in being part of the Stellar Blade Defense Force. Grow the fuck up. Okay. Unbelievable. Exactly. Clint Quick Ty says, well, we can dream. You could dream. You could dream. Maybe tonight, kids will have visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads, and you'll have visions of Eve jumping in your bed. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, some people are just fucking perverted, I guess. But, for me, I don't care about that shit. The game is not attractive to me as eye candy, and the gameplay is boring, so I don't care. It ends up being a boring game, So, anyway. Baptiste says, oh, I know what I'll ask for Santa for tonight. Well, there you go. All right, so here's the deal. Okay? My nose is bothering me. Since no one obviously now wants to see me play Stellar Blade, because I'm not even kidding. Before last night, everyone's like, oh, we got to play Stellar Blade. Phil's got to play Stellar Blade. So I played it. I gave you an hour of it. I gave you an hour of an honest reaction to it, and people don't like the fact that I'm honest. They want me to kiss the game's butt, which I'm not going to do. So after that, now it seems like most people do not want me to do Stellar Blade as a reward when we hit this goal of 100. Most people are saying, that's not going to be good. So I'll agree with you. I don't think it would be good. It would be me toughing my way through a game that I don't like, I'm bored to tears of, and it's going to be the same situation as Black Myth Wukong where I want to quit halfway through. Okay? So, in this regard, I think that we should do something different. Here's my idea, but the truth is we still have 75 more goals to go, so we still have a ways to go. All right? But here's what I think. I think when we hit 100 goals, we should revive the Viewer's Choice playthrough event. Do you remember what that was? I haven't done it in a long time, so many of you probably don't even remember that it exists. So the Viewer's Choice playthrough is as follows. You guys nominate a ton of games, and then they get narrowed down, and then you vote, and then they get narrowed down, and then eventually it comes down to one. And that game, I end up playing a series of streams. Usually it's like 3 streams. And based on how those 3 streams go, if you like it, if I like it, how they perform, if people show up and engage in support, most of the time, those games actually become full playthroughs. Not always, but a lot of the time, they become full playthroughs. And over the years, you guys have asked for so many different games. Like, for example, the entire Yakuza series, the entire Persona series, all right? Various Fallout playthroughs, various Elder Scrolls playthroughs. Games such as Danganronpa, games such as Phoenix Wright, games such as, what was the other one? The other visual novel that I played. I can't even remember it at this point. But, like, there's been, like, no exaggeration, 20, 30 playthroughs that have come out of Viewer's Choice that literally I never would have played. Entire franchises I didn't even know existed. All right. And now here's the real big deal about this. I have a PC game, a PC to play games on now. The sky is the limit. I can literally play anything. Anything. So this would be probably the most open viewer's choice event ever in history. So I think that's what we should do. So now instead of just saying, well, it's going to be Stellar Blade, well, I don't like Stellar Blade, so I don't care about the goal, you have a chance. Your voice will be heard. Everyone gets to nominate games for the viewer's choice event. Everyone. So I think this is actually an even better idea than just Stellar Blade. Okay? So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens and go from there. But I think that's what we should do. So here's how it's going to go. We're still going to have every 10 that we hit, we do a DSP Tries It. Now, the next DSP Tries It right now is still Taco Bell Chicken Nuggets. But after that, we got to figure out more. As I've told you, I'd be willing to do different DSP Tries It's. Perhaps instead of all food, we could do some liquor. Like if you guys have an idea of a certain beer to try or a certain liquor to try, I could do that as like a night reward. Like at the end of my late stream for the day, I could have like a 20-minute alcohol taste test with all of you and chill and talk while I taste the liquor or whatever. We could do that too. Someone had that idea. I was like, hey, I'll do that. It's something different. Okay. So every 10, we're going to do that as a reward. When we hit 50, we're going to do a themed marathon. What will it be? I don't know, but let's start thinking because we have about a month to figure it out. Probably about a month when we'll hit 50. So will it be a Rageathon? Will it be an Indies marathon? Would it be play a certain game all day long and try to do a challenge run where I get a certain length into it with certain criteria? Hey, we could do a Mega Man marathon where I play all the classic Mega Mans with criteria and try to get through it, right? There you go. We'll see. But yeah, let's see what you want at 50. Let's start talking about that. Then again, every 10 we'll keep doing the incremental rewards, and then at 100 we do the viewer's choice event where you guys will start to nominate and vote on games and narrow them down into a player's choice playthrough. And that player's choice or a viewer's choice playthrough, we start with a stream or two. We see how the streams go. If they go well, then it becomes a full playthrough in my schedule. And this way, it's not just limited to just Stellar Blade. It could be any game. This should get more people excited because now anyone could be on there and get a game nominated. And it's better than just the one game, I feel. Okay? So there you go. So I hope that those ideas sound good. Please start to share your ideas for what you would like to do. And go from there. Of course, now people are saying ridiculous things such as play Baldur's Gate 3 second run, play Donkey Kong 64 second run. Here's the thing. Listen, if those things win, I'm not against trying them again, but there's no effing way I'm doing full playthroughs of those again. You understand that, right? Like, I play a stream or two. There's no way I'm doing another 140-hour run in Baldur's Gate 3. I'll go out of business. The first one almost put me out of business. Okay? All right. All right, so that's what happened with yesterday's marathon. I would argue it went really well. Tons of videos to watch on the channel. Tons of support was raised. Everything went well. I have no complaints. I had a great time. Sorry if you were expecting me to like Stellar Blade. I was honest. Sorry that you don't like honesty. For those who are fanboys and or defenders of the game, I have the right to not like a game. And if you can't handle it, I don't know what to say. You got to man up and you got to mature up. People, not everyone likes the same thing. You shouldn't be upset just because I don't like something that you do. It's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. So anyway, that's what came out of it yesterday. I had a good time and I'm looking forward now to 2025 for sure. Okay. So now here's the deal. Christmas event's done. I'm here today for this chill stream of indies with you. And then I'm off tonight and tomorrow. When I come back on Thursday, we're going to have a really fun stream. We're going to do a full stream of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, keyboard and mouse. Then I'll actually have proper wrist rests and everything. And the new, the boom mic and everything. So it's going to be a professional grade keyboard and mouse stream of Black Ops. I can't wait for it. Hopefully it goes well. I think it will. I did pretty good just trying it out for the first time the other night. And I was starting to do really good. And I think I'm going to get better and better at the game playing keyboard and mouse. So that's going to be great. Thursday night will be Indiana Jones continuing. I'll probably just play that on controller rather than keyboard and mouse. And then Friday, major stream of Stalker, and that I will play on keyboard and mouse to see if I can improve my gameplay. And Friday night is the return of fighting games. It's either going to be Street Fighter 6 or the Marvel Collection. I'm down for either. I'm interested to hear what you guys want. Whether you want Street Fighter 6 or you want the Marvel Collection, let me know. And I'm going to play one of those for Friday Night Fights. And that's the week, okay? No, my forums don't exist anymore. They've been defunct for a long, long time. My forums, I haven't had a website in a long time. Well, some people say Marvel 2, and some people are saying Street Fighter 6. Yeah, when I play the Marvel Collection, as you see, I just dominate everyone. Like, pretty much. It's almost no comp. There's a couple people there that are decent, but for the most part, everyone I face is not very good, yet they all have insanely high ranks because they've all cheated the game. They basically rage quit, and when you rage quit, you lose no points in the game. So you could just sit there and lose endlessly and just keep pulling the plug and never lose points and become a grandmaster. So it's a pretty busted collection. Marvel's been hyped now because of Marvel Rivals. That's true. Or maybe we'll do Marvel. We'll see. Let's talk about it. But I think maybe one or the other, whatever on Friday night, I'm down for. Okay. Now, keep in mind, in early January, okay, my year-end series will begin. So if you take a look at the calendar, all right, I would say that probably that week of January that runs from the 6th to the 10th, probably that week is when I'm going to be doing my year-end series, okay? So guaranteed will be my disappointing games of the year countdown, as well as my best games of the year or game of the year awards, okay? There may be a third countdown. We put up a post and a poll, not a poll, but like a post to post stuff in. People nominating their favorite funny moments of the year. So if you have your favorite funny moment of this year and you could post it up in that thread, I'd be okay with doing like a third countdown, but we need people to participate. If you haven't seen it, it's on the main page of DSP Gaming on the community tab. Yeah, if you post stuff up and if we have enough, I'd be willing to do like a countdown there, but we need to have participation. You know, for me, I play so much, I don't remember the best or funny moments, because I've already played so much, they all get erased from my memory so quickly. But you guys usually have things stick out in your heads for a long time. So let me know what your favorite funny moments are. Please post them up. And if we get enough, then I'll probably do that series as well. But at a minimum, we're going to do, most disappointing moments in Game of the Year. And like I said, that's going to be that week, that first full week of January, probably between the 6th to 10th. I'll probably do a night stream or two where we're going to do those. Okay? So that's coming up. And then, of course, continuing in January, we're going to have Indiana Jones. We're going to have Stalker 2. We're going to have chill streams, such as these indie games I've been playing, and also Flight Sim and stuff like that. Marvel Rivals will continue. We'll probably get fighting games back in the mix, all kinds of stuff. We can bring back other playthroughs as well, like maybe Stardew Valley. I'd be down in January to play Dino Crisis or a Souls game, modded on PC, whatever. I think it's going to be a great month, regardless of the fact that there's like no new releases going on right now, Okay. Tito says, hope you enjoy your Christmas. We're having birria for our Christmas Eve dinner and potato salad and homemade cheesecake for dessert. I hope you enjoy it, Tito. Why don't I let people order me food to eat on stream? Because I don't want people to just send me things I don't want to eat. As you know, I only eat on stream during like a DSP tries it or something like that, right? That's it. I don't even snack. Like a lot of streamers snack and stuff and eating stuff on stream. I don't do that. I just order meals for DSP tries it and that's it. Everything else is off stream. So yeah, I just don't. It's something I don't do. Garrett, how you doing? A £5 super chat, and he says, don't forget the Capcom Fighting Game Collection 2 is coming out in 2025. Yeah, but that collection, really the only game in there that anyone's going to play is Capcom versus SNK 2. There's nothing else like Power Stone. I don't care about Power Stone. Power Stone's not competitive, it's just a party game. So in that regard, I want to play CVS 2, but here's the thing, I'm not very confident. You want to know why I'm not confident? Because take a look at the Marvel collection. It's not good. Sorry, it's not, they fucked it up. It's not cross-platform. The different versions run differently and don't work well. There's no prevention of rage quitting. Everyone's cheating. So what makes you think that CVS 2 is going to be any different? It's going to be exactly the same. It's the same people making it. So it's going to end up being the same kind of a deal where it's kind of a very disappointing collection, in my opinion. Captain ECW says, did you ever think about doing like a Lego Indiana Jones game or something like that? Over the years, I have. Over the years, I actually brought it up that I feel that Lego games are incredibly relaxing and chill games. So I brought it up as an option that if I could do a Lego game and it's like a late night chill stream, but it didn't seem like people were very interested in it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I'd still be down for it at some point if other people are. Big Papa Phil says you're not interested in Rival Schools. Again, Rival Schools, the games that are in that collection outside of CVS2 are not competitive games. There was no competitive tournament scene for Rival Schools. There was no tournament scene for Power Stone. They were known as like mess around party games. You buy them, you're playing with your friends, but you're not playing them seriously in a competitive environment. CVS2 very much was. It was one of the big four Capcom games that kept stuff alive for nearly 8+ years when Capcom wasn't making fighting games. The game was so good that it stood the test of time. Jade says, I'm done with Street Fighter 6. I'd like Marvel 2 on Friday. Seems like a lot of people are interested in Marvel 2. Maybe we'll do that for Friday to bring back fighting games. Hopefully we can find people to play Marvel 2. That's also the concern, is can we even find anyone to play? Or is the collection completely dead? Or is it just a bunch of rage-quitting scrubs? I guess we'll see. Discarded Blue Jeans says, can you move your mic to the right because we can't see it very well? Why would you want to see the mic? I can move the mic however I want with this new arm. I can now stretch it out like this. It can literally be in my face if I want it to be. So if you want ASMR Phil here on the Level 1 podcast. Oh yeah. Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. I hope that you're all snuggled in your beds with visions of the sugar plums dancing in your heads. I can do that. Or I can go back to where it was, and now it's a more natural setting, and now it's not on camera as much. See? That's cool. I have that ability. And like I said, this arm, I'll be able to like swing it around and have it aim at me when I'm playing games, which is the goal, is to have it like, you know, maneuverable. Shout out to Bobby Padlock, who just gifted a sub on Kick. Thank you, Bobby. For the record, this has not been a very good week over on Kick for any support. I don't know why. The regulars haven't been around. But I appreciate those who have been supporting. Thank you, Bobby Padlock. First contribution of the day from over on Kick. Let's get you on the leaderboard. And again, just to remind everyone, that Christmas deal is still going on Kick. So you might say, what the hell is Phil talking about? For this week only, for the Christmas holiday, okay? If you gift 20 subs on Kick, I will give you both the VIP badge and the OG badge. But that's only for this week. Normally, it's 25 subs to get the VIP badge, and the OG badge isn't even eligible unless it's like a special circumstance. But this week, I've been doing it, and it's been popular. I think like 4 or 5 people took me up on it. So I'm still offering that, okay? I'm still offering that. And maybe if we do that today, we can hit the goal, right? Right now, we're at $28 of support. So we got a ways to go. Maybe someone would like to take me up on that offer over on Kick. 20 gifted subs and get both badges. 'Tis the season. Oh, and by the way, let's get you a nice animation for that. Thank you for the gifted sub, Bobby Padlock. By the way, isn't it funny that in the last couple of weeks, since I did my new setup, I have single-handedly reviewed more tech in the USA than Review Tech USA has done in the last decade. I've had mic arms, I've had lighting setups, I've had new peripherals, gaming desks, and I've talked about all of them and showed them off in my content and videos. And that's not even my name. All right, Jade. Jade, we're not doing Marvel Rivals for a while. I think Marvel Rivals might come back on like Sunday or Monday. So when it comes back, we'll see about the next characters that I use. Okay. All right, well, guys, that is what I've got for today. And I want to say thanks. What we'll do now, let's just open it up to some festive Q&A. Whatever you guys want to talk about, just tag me in the chat. Let's have a little back and forth before we get set up for our indie games today. What do you guys want to chat about today? Yak says, I hope Street Fighter 6 comes back soon. It will come back. You know, undoubtedly it's going to come back. I'm going to try to bring fighting games back into the mix now, so it's going to come back, you know. What are my New Year's resolutions? Quite frankly, I haven't really thought about it yet. You know, what's funny about it is last year, I think one of my New Year's resolutions was I hope that I can upgrade my setup. And then it happened, which is insane that it happened because I was not expecting it. And then boom, here we go, right? So I guess I'll have to think about it. Like what I would say, here's what I would say, all right? For 2025, I want to have a solid year where I am using my new setup to its fullest. Where every game I'm putting out the highest quality, I'm able to either play the PC version or the console version and swap between seamlessly. I can become a keyboard and mouse gamer again. Like all the things that will make me at a professional level that I've wanted to be at for the longest time, but I never could because I didn't have the equipment to do it, that now I can do it. Like that's what I want to do. I just want to very consistently put out great level of content. Instead of just the guy that fucks around and sucks, I can actually be the guy who, you know, hey, wait, Phil got the new game. He's playing it on PC. You know, what's it like? Well, let's actually check it out because he's got a good setup and maybe he can give us a good representation of the game, right? You'd like to see Jasper? He was just here, Jay. You missed him. He was on camera earlier. He was crawling all around. Favorite holiday song? Oh, the Grinch song. You're a mean one. Oh, excuse me. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're a spider goulash sandwich. You're as slippery as an eel, Mr. Grinch. There you go. Some holiday crooning for you. Live on the podcast. Very good. Let's see here. Kyle, no, I'm not. Boy, we literally just did a whole segment about Stellar Blade. And you're asking me, do you think you'd ever go back and play Stellar Blade? What? Okay, let me ask the question. Why would you want me to play Stellar Blade? I played it for an hour. I expressed my opinion on it that I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to see me play it? You know I'm not going to like it. You know it's going to be torturous. You know it's just going to be repetitive just like Black Myth Wukong, and I'm not going to enjoy it. Most people are saying they don't want it anymore because they saw that I wouldn't enjoy it. So why would you want me to play it? I'm lost. Yes, but Kyle, here's the deal. Here's what I think, sadly, here's what's happened. People should have not asked for it for Christmas. Do you understand? Because if we hadn't seen that during the Christmas marathon, then it would have happened at 100, as I had said we would do, right? But the problem is people have no self-control or patience. And they're like, well, not only do we want you to play it, but also we want to preview at Christmas, so we're going to nominate it as the most nominated game for the Christmas marathon. So I gave the people what they wanted, and now they're like, oh, darn, maybe it's like the monkey's paw situation. We asked for it, and we got what we wanted, but now we realized Phil doesn't like the game. No shit. I told you all along I didn't like the game. Like, no kidding. Right? I knew what it was going to be. I saw gameplay of it. I heard what it was like. I had played similar games. I didn't like them. So why would I like this one? I don't care about the protagonist being a Korean supermodel. So what else is there to like about the game if I don't like the gameplay elements? Right? So you got what you asked for, but now you regret it. Well, that's buyer's remorse, right? Like, you wanted it for Christmas. Everyone asked for it for Christmas. You got it for Christmas. Oh, wait, we didn't like it. I told you wouldn't, but you don't listen to me. Here's what everyone should just do. Listen to me. Stop trying to second guess me. Stop trying to act like I'm some kind of an idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what content will work and what won't. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why people don't listen to me. I don't get it. So, here, allow me to explain. I'm not going to like it. It's not going to be an entertaining playthrough. People are going to complain the entire time that it's not good. That's exactly what's going to happen. So why make me play it then? Wouldn't you rather just see me do something better? and everyone will have a say in it. Like literally with an open viewers choice event, everyone has a say to determine what they think would work. And I think that's the most fair way to do it as well. Now I'm serious. People are even making people are absolutely being ridiculous. Like this guy just said, you were drunk. Maybe it's fun if you're sober. Don't you understand that when I was drunk, it should have been more fun? You get that, right? Like when you're drunk, you enjoy things that normally you wouldn't because you're drunk. Right? By you saying that, that's like the opposite. It's like I should have had my fun heightened, and instead, all it did was accentuate how boring the game was for me. You know what I mean? So, replaying it sober, I'm probably gonna hate it even more. You know, I'm like, oh god, it's even worse. I'm even more bored. See, at least Tiak Yak is being very reasonable. Tiak Yak says, you know, I wanted you to give it a chance. You did, and now I'm over it. Thank you. No, really, thank you, because that's what a rational person would do. You saw it in action. You saw what it was going to be like. All right, that's not what we want. Let's do something different. Sounds good to me. That's like a rational conclusion, right? Luthe says it was your reaction and commentation. I think he meant to say, like, commentary. That ruined it, to be honest. So you tuned into someone's stream to see them react and play a game and comment on it, and then you didn't like that how they reacted and commented on it. So then why don't you go watch someone else play it instead of asking that person to play it? By the way, tons of people have played Stellar Blade. It's not just me. You don't have to wait for me. A ridiculous amount of people have played Stellar Blade. So you could go watch them play it. Captain DCW says, I was thinking about getting it, but now I'm not because it does look boring. It's literally run up to an enemy, dodge, slash, combo, dodge, or parry, slash, combo. Oh, look, I built up a special attack. Use the special attack. Slash, combo, dodge. It's the same thing over and over. It's going to be the same as like I said, any of those games. I actually like the more FromSoft formula than that. Like, that's so boring to me. Again, the hack and slash. I was never a big fan of hack and slash. Even back in the day, Bayonetta. What's the best part about Bayonetta? The flashy graphics and combos. The big giant foot coming out of the ground, kicking the enemy, and the big quick time event. That's the interesting part. Not the actual combat is not that good. Devil May Cry, I was never a huge fan. I liked it with the last one. What was it, 5? I had fun with it, but I wasn't in love with it. I didn't even have a desire to replay it a second time. I thought it was fun running around and doing floating combos, beating people up with the motorcycle. Sure. But after I beat it once, I was like, I'm over it. I don't want to play it anymore. A lot of people love that genre of game. I just don't. I never really have. What are you doing? Trying to get into the closet. You're trying to get into the closet. Jasper, you want to jump up? Some people want to see you on camera. They didn't see you earlier. Do you want to jump up here? Come up here, Jasper Kinney. Come up on my lap. I'll pet you. Come on up. Come on up, Jasper. Come on up, Jasper. I'll give you some pets. Come on up, silly. There he is. But you see, Sarah says, well, you like the Yakuza games, but they're mashing combat too. You could argue that, except the Yakuza games where they really stand out is the uniqueness of the plots the uniqueness of the mini games, the exploration, and all the characters you run into, the quirkiness. Like, that's what stands out about Yakuza. If Yakuza was literally just running around beating people up, it would be boring in 5 minutes. But that's not. It has a lot else to it that makes it good, right? And like I said, I think that's where Stellar Blade sadly fails. The plot, I played it for an hour. I don't know what was going on in the plot. I also didn't care. Like, nothing about it was riveting or interesting. You could tell the focus is on the combat and the graphics. Listen to this. How often do you clean Jasper's litter? What brand do you use? I don't know. Why don't you tell me all about everything in your life, too? What are you asking me? Who cares? I clean it once a year, and I use hard rocks, big boulders. Okay? What a stupid, arbitrary question. I'm not answering that. Okay. I hope they make a new Judgment game. The Judgment series is great, so I hope they do. Garrett says, would you consider playing Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, which came out this month? I mean, maybe. I never played them. So for me, there's no, like, nostalgia there because I've never played the Soul Reaver games. If people wanted to see me do it in January, maybe. When I played Jurassic Park Trespasser, it's barely playable. That's a game that, it was a PC game. When it came out, it barely worked. Over the years, I think fans have, like tried to get it to work, but doesn't it, like, barely work at all? Oh, my goodness. All right. Anyway, guys, about 20 more minutes of Q&A, and then we'll jump into indie games. Guys, if you're here and you're enjoying, thanks for joining me here on this lovely Christmas Eve. It would be great to get some support if you could. Anything, is appreciated today. Super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, subs, gifted subs, tips. Everything is good. Counts towards the goal. It'd be great if we could hit another goal today. I'm not going to stress out about it if we don't. Yesterday was an incredibly well-supported stream, so you're not going to hear me, oh, we got to hit the goal. Let's do this and that. I'm not going to be going crazy today. Today's just a chill vibe for me, all right? So, but if you want to support, by all means, please do. It would be great if we did hit a goal. We get even closer to our next DSP tries it, okay? I've never played Onimusha, no. Have I ever thought about Planet Coaster? Well, I know about it because my wife played it. But I don't know how much I would like it because it is a very heavy sim game. I've never been into that sim-style game. Now, I could be. Now I have a gaming PC. I have keyboard, mouse. I could play it well. I have the controls to do it properly. It's actually very cumbersome to play on a gamepad. But I don't know if that's something people would like or not. Little Big Planet open lobby. Didn't Little Big Planet close down their servers and you can't play it anymore like that? I thought they did. That was a big thing of controversy, is that people are like, for game preservation, when these games shut down their online components, that's it. Like, Little Big Planet at one point was a very robust community of people making created content, but now most of it's been lost because they shut down the servers. Am I excited for Turok? Oh, it looks decent. I like the Turok series. I've played it before in the N64 days, so I hopefully it's good. You will be heard. What was the worst girl that I received? What does that even mean? The worst girl that I received? Well, there was that Christmas I received 17 virgins as a gift from my uncle. And, virgin number 12. She didn't cut the mustard. What are you talking about? What are you speaking of? What's up, Rugal? How are you, man? How you doing? Merry Christmas. Good to have you on stream. What's up, Game Boy? Welcome. Merry Christmas to you. I don't think I played the Turok on the Xbox 360, right? I don't think so. That's funny. He goes, oh, I meant gift. I kind of knew you meant gift, but you did type girl. So what's the worst gift I ever received? Ever? The thing is, you know, for me, I don't tend to remember the negative. Like, I can't, I'm trying to think of like gifts that I've received over the years that would have, like, what would have been a bad gift. I don't know. The only times that I can think of that a gift was like a bummer, all right, would have been like when I was a kid and I got a duplicate gift, which happens, you know? Like, for example, I want a certain action figure, and then two relatives bought me the same action figure because I guess they didn't communicate well. So I don't want two. So now you got to end up going to return it and try to get something else. And that's always a bummer. At Christmas, you want to get a gift that you can use right away, play with. And it's like, oh, I got two of the same figure. What do I do with this extra one now? I have to sit around until we have time to go back to the store or whatever, right? So I guess that's the only thing I would say. And that's not necessarily a bad gift. That's just unfortunate bad luck. You know, no hard feelings there. You're not angry at a relative because they got you the same gift someone else got you because you wanted it. It was on your list, right? Captain DCW, thank you for a $10 super chat. I appreciate that, Captain. That makes you the biggest super chatter of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Awesome. Stealthy Kubo says, do you think you would have liked Guilty Gear if you had more time to play it back in the day? I mean, the thing was, it was in the communities that I played in, Guilty Gear was played. It was a competitive game. I had friends who played Guilty Gear competitively, but I just didn't like it. I liked the style of Street Fighter, whether it was just the combat style, the visual style, whatever. Guilty Gear was this over-the-top anime style, overly complex gameplay engine. Like, you had to learn so much just to jump in at an entry level of Guilty Gear. It's pretty ridiculous. And I kind of understood the entry level of Guilty Gear, but I never got past it. I didn't like it enough to want to keep going. Do I have chocolate from last year, or did I buy more for this year? No, we don't have any chocolate right now. We have a panettone that we're gonna cut probably tonight and have another panettone bread, which is absolutely delicious. And I have some nougat candies called Toroni. It's a Japanese nougat candy with almonds in it that typically you would eat around Christmas, and I have some of those too. Excuse me. Did I ever eat a cheese board around Christmas? No, I've never had a cheese board. Have I ever been on a cruise? No, I've never been on a cruise. You're going on one in February? That's awesome, Captain. Hopefully you enjoy it. Why don't I check out Monster Hunter World in January to determine if you want to play Monster Hunter Wilds in February? Because it's not Monster Hunter Wilds. So I should just get Monster Hunter Wilds or play the beta of that, so that way it's the right game. So I make the right choice. Wouldn't it be kind of silly to play the predecessor and that may not be the same? Do I prefer teriyaki or orange chicken? I like both. Teriyaki is more savory. Orange has a citrus flavor. They're both tasty. I do like that you can get orange chicken that has like a spice level to it as well. Sometimes people make a more spicy orange chicken, and I like that. Thoughts on circumcision? Let me tell you, I spend so much time in my adult life sitting around thinking about circumcision. It's just something that's on my mind all the time, and I just can't stop thinking about it. So I've given it many, many, many hours of thought, and I have so many great opinions on it. However, in order to find those out, you're going to have to contact me via Patreon, a $4,000 donation, and I'll talk about circumcision in a private conversation with you. Do I prefer Halloween or Christmas vibes more? Christmas. Halloween's fun, but Christmas is a festive time of positivity. You know, not to say that Halloween isn't, but Halloween's about like gore and monsters and slasher flicks and all kinds of crazy stuff there. While Christmas is just good feelings all around, usually, right? What was the hardest golden banana in DK64? I don't remember. I'm sure you know if you watch the playthrough, but I don't remember, man. Well, wait a minute. Sorry. There you go. That could be the next reward. At 100 goals hit, I will do a thorough expose on my thoughts on circumcision. Beautiful. That's what everyone wants, right? Trying to see how much of this is in the camera shot. There you go. That's what everyone wants. The circumcision thoughts. So there you go. Well, Jasper Kitty has laid down and is stretched all the way out under my new rolling computer desk. But he's going to have to move when I start gaming because I have to move the desk. So right now he's enjoying himself, but he's going to have to move soon. He's going to have to scoot. He doesn't understand. This is his first day being in here since I had it. So he doesn't know that it's going to roll and be moved around. He doesn't understand the new setup. Okay. Anything else, guys? Seems like chat's slowing down. What's Jasper Kitty getting for Christmas? He already got his Christmas presents. We got him a bag of treats, which we've already been giving him. And we got him his favorite toy, which we call it the birthday streamer toy. What it is like multicolored streamer things and feathers that are attached to like a dangly thing that looks like a fishing rod. He loves it. You just go like this, and he goes crazy chasing it around, playing with it. But he's already got his stuff. Oh, man. Clearly not. Jamie says, I'm just about to go to work. I have a night shift going to Christmas Day. What do you do? What do you do that you have to work like that? That sucks. You know, mostly people working now are people who are, you know, emergency services, a service industry, retail, movie theaters, that kind of stuff. I keep telling you guys, because someone just said, if you have an extra webcam, you could do a Jasper cam. Now, the truth is, I do have an extra Logitech webcam, the one that I was using previous to this one, or I could just get another one, you know? And yes, my PC probably would be able to handle multiple webcam feeds. But the thing about Jasper Kitty is this. I've said this before. I'll say it again. He is not the kind of cat that likes to just relax in one spot. He is the kind of cat that he always changes it up. So, for example, if we get him a cat bed, he won't just use it. He just doesn't do that. He's always moving. He's always changing. So if I got a kitty cam and I put it on him now, he's just going to move. And then we won't be able to see him. You know, it's like, that's just how he is. There are some cats, they have a routine. They have a certain place they always like to be. And you can get a kitty cam that works. It would never work for him because he's not that kind of cat. Ugh. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm just tired from yesterday. Probably what it is. What? Listen to this. You ready for this one? Someone tipped a buck and says, why do you have an office chair and a patio chair at your kitchen table? Why don't you buy real dining chairs? What the fuck is he talking about? I think someone's watching the wrong house. I don't have an office chair and a patio chair at my kitchen table. I have formal dining chairs at my dining room table, which is a table and dining set that I bought when I moved in here a decade ago. Someone's spying on the wrong house, apparently. They must have cameras on someone else's home, and they... Man, that's creepy on multiple levels. Who are you spying on, then? Big Boss with a $2 super chat says, any Kino and the King collaboration streams upcoming? We have a couple interesting ideas. We do. We actually came up with a few that we were talking about. They haven't been around. They've actually not been doing stuff, I know, for a little bit. I don't even know when they're coming back. Are they coming back today? Or I don't even know when they're coming back to make content. But I was talking with them a couple weeks ago, and we brainstormed and actually came up with a couple pretty good ideas for probably next year. So we'll get to work on that, you know, next year. It's not going to be between now and the end of the year, though. It's probably going to be like in, 2025. We actually had 2 distinct different ideas that we came up with that would work pretty well. I don't want to spoil them, though. Like, I would love to talk about them, but they're pretty good ideas, and I don't know if I want to spoil them yet. I think both of them would be really good. They would both be very entertaining. Tiak just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Thank you, Tiak. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for that support. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Each membership on YouTube counts for about $3. So that would be about $15 of support. So now we're up to 55 and climbing. Thank you so much, Tiak. Again, very chill vibes here today, right? Which version of Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza will I get? Probably just the base version. I doubt that I would pay extra money for any of the upgraded versions when you don't get much for it these days. Have I played FHE? What is FHE? Oh, the finals? No, I didn't play the finals. I'm not into those games. Maybe I will be now, because now I have a gaming PC, right? So now, if one of these new free-to-play shooter games comes out and people just want me to test it, I can. Like, why not? It's free. I have the gaming PC to play it. I can test it. Previously, it was like, well, I'm a console gamer. Most of these games weren't even coming out on console at launch, so I didn't have the flexibility or the availability to play them, but now I would. So maybe I would check those kind of games out in the future, but for now, most of the games just don't have longevity, right? They only last a little bit. They don't stick around for a long time. Have I ever had birria before? No, I've heard of it. Like, it sounds familiar, birria, but no, I've never had birria before. Play Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall? Oh, I don't know about that. Like, I tried playing Morrowind, and that's what, 4? And man, that was, or is it, no, that was 3? Which one is Morrowind? Is it 3 or 4? No, it's 3, because 4 is Oblivion and 5 is Skyrim, right? So just playing Morrowind, I appreciated playing Morrowind for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason was I got to experience the older engine and the way it used to work, right? So the old commerce engine where you can barter to make infinite money, the old magic engine where you can essentially make a build where you never run out of mana and you could flow away and stuff like that. And I really liked that because it showed me the history of where the game came from. But after a while, I just got bored and couldn't continue to play. You know what I mean? Like, after a while, like, it's outdated. I just don't care for it. So, since that what I didn't care for, I can't imagine that I would then want to play the predecessor to it. You know what I mean? You also got Chinese food for dinner, Captain DCW. Awesome. A fellow Chinese food enjoyer. I received a very generous $20 tip. Let's see who this is from. From One Sick Puppy. He says, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, you filthy animal. Another Home Alone reference. Maybe my wife and I will watch Home Alone tonight or tomorrow. I'll see if she's interested. I'd love to watch Home Alone. Great movie. So thank you, One Sick Puppy. That is the biggest contribution so far. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. And with that, we are exactly halfway to our goal. We're at 75, so there you go, halfway there. And hopefully we'll make the other half during gameplay, right? And then we'll add another number to the leaderboard. We'll be ever closer to our gold rewards. Sweet, thank you so much. That's right, I did not watch Scrooged this year. Maybe I will watch it. In truth, I had every intention of watching Scrooged last night. Like, I was going to watch it before I went to bed, and I fell right to sleep. I literally passed right out in bed. I was so tired. No, I have not watched Secret Level yet. I might. I did play some of the Suikoden's on PS2, and I didn't like them as much. I think I played Suikoden 3 on PS2. I like 1 and 2 the most. 3 wasn't as good. Super Bonchan says, I love the marathon yesterday. It was great to see you in a good mood and relaxed. Did Santa share any of the donos with you? No, he kept them all like he said. Remember he said he was going to keep it all? And he did. He had his magic bag, and he just like scooped up his bag full of the $800. He threw it over his shoulder, threw up the sash, jumped in his sleigh, and flew right away with all my cash. Absolutely unacceptable behavior for old Jolly St. Nick. Couldn't believe it. I saw some of the Gotham TV show, and I was pretty bored. I didn't really like it. I saw some of the first season. Jack says he watched Red 1 and he thought it was okay. Yeah, that's The Rock's Christmas movie that they put like an insane amount of money into, and it flopped huge at the box office. So now they got it on demand already. So they weren't planning on having it in the on demand, and then it made no money at the movies. So they're like, oh shit. So they had to put it on demand right away. Jalen, things are going good. Thank you for asking. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas, Mark. He said it's Christmas Day over in Australia. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. All right, let's end the show, shall we? Let's get set up for some indie games. Sadly, Jasper Kitty's not going to be too happy about that because he's going to have to move. He's looking at me right now. But thank you guys for a great and festive podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, I will not be here tomorrow for his Christmas Day, but I will return on this coming Thursday for another fun show, which I hope you guys will join me for. I wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Whatever you celebrate, please be safe, have fun. And I hope to come back on Thursday and share my awesome experiences that I had on my day off with all of you. All right, guys? And thank you so much for a great marathon. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching. See you Thursday. Peace out.